And here we go, starting the podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome one and all to the Gamers at Large podcast. We're over here up to what, episode 22 now? Damn. Okay then, sitting up here and getting ready to introduce everybody, talk about a couple of things here and there, current news, different topics, the usual. Okay? And for those out there who basically hate on the fact that we like Nintendo, by the way, I decided to sit up here and put this out there. Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay then. Now, introducing everybody over here from my right all the way onto my left, we got the Good Shepherd Rashidi. Do your thing, man.
What's going on, people? This is Good Shepherd. Not much to say. Posting my video soon. Hope you all enjoy the podcast. Oh, and fanboys can kick rocks.
Alrighty then. There you go. There you go. Up next, we got the infamous, the famous, the cantankerous at times, Mr. T. Do your thing.
Infamous and famous. Wow. Hey, fools, it's Mr. T, back again with another Gamers at Large podcast.
Alrighty then. And now we got our favorite hollow-faced individual. Go ahead, Jay. Do your thing.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this evening? Looking forward to the podcast tonight. Let's get it moving.
All right. And up next, he's going to let you know how much his butter's worth. What's up, Jamie?
Oh, what's up, guys? Jay Woodworth hanging out, ready for the podcast. Playing some Unepic on the Wii U right now.
Love that game.
Okay.
Try that out.
Games? Oh, my.
Oh.
Silence.
Well, he is doing his own thing.
Well, anyway, glad to be here again, and you're going to find this podcast really interesting, especially in the first 5 minutes.
He woke up now.
Oh, okay.
All right, and finally, last but not least, our boy Andre, and who I always call Letters. Letters, do your thing.
Well, just saying hi to everybody. Welcome to another podcast. Glad to be back on, and I think the next few moments will be very interesting for everyone.
All right. Now, before we get into things such as the Nintendo Direct, even though we're a little bit late to the game when it came to that, you know what I'm saying? But we're still going to dig into that. There's a topic that seems to take that is actually of utmost precedence right now. So I'm going to leave the floor to Mr. T. You do your thing, man.
All right. I'm going to try to keep calm here. All right, folks. So, we, as most of us know, recently, there's an article about Kojima saying that he wants Sakurai to put Snake in the new Smash Brothers. And I just find that ridiculous, to say the least. And I say that because, obviously, there hasn't been a Metal Gear game from Kojima on a Nintendo platform since the NES. And yes, some people say Twin Snakes, but we got to remember that Twin Snakes was developed by Silicon Knights, not Konami or Kojima's team. So I'm not counting that one. You can if you want to, that's fine. But the fact that Snake was on Brawl, to me, was ridiculous. Because, again, we haven't seen Snake on a Nintendo platform in, a couple of decades. So, and it's fine. That's fine if he wants that game on there. But it goes even further. I didn't know this, but thanks to Jamie Butterworth's video, they were talking about why isn't the new Metal Gear coming on Wii U? And Kojima said he couldn't think of anything, inventive to bring to the gamepad, which is.
Can I say one word? Blasphemy.
Right.
I'm like,
this is why it's blasphemy, though, and Jamie pointed this out in his video. He was talking about recently about the Metal Gear Solid 4-hour ripoff game. Well, I forget what it was called. I forget what it's called. But he was talking about
Ground Zero.
He was saying that he wanted to make sure the players used the mobile app and all that went with the game to use some of the mobile features. And I'm like, why wasn't that an idea for the Wii U?
So simply put, he can make a separate app to use a second screen, but he can't utilize hardware that already has a second screen.
Exactly.
With next to no latency.
Yep.
Well,
Pretty much. No. Everything goes to the gamepad first.
Right.
Mm.
It goes to gamepad first before it even goes to the screen, so you know there's no latency.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Well, it's latency from the TV or monitor.
So with
Well,
all that combined,
yeah, like
you know,
half a
with all that
millisecond.
stuff combined, is what got me, teed off. To coin a
I'm
phrase.
gonna tell you something right now, though. I have to agree with you. That dude deserves an industry-wide throat punch for what he sat up there and said. It was stupid. How you gonna sit up here and say, "Can I have my character on your system, but I don't want your my games on yours"?
All right.
Really?
Let me address one more thing real quick because I know the naysayers will say this. A lot of people will say, "Oh well, he's just a developer. He's not Konami." Blah blah blah. Excuse me. He's Kojima. If he wanted the game on Wii U, the game would be on Wii U.
Just like Shigeru Miyamoto
Okay,
that's very
making
true.
decisions.
He's not just some Konami developer.
he's a major developer for
He's a
Konami.
major developer for Konami.
He had some pull.
Exactly. So don't give me that garbage. But
And the thing-
chime in, fellas.
And the thing is, like I said, second screen, they could have used the app. And as far as like, you know how the characters sometimes communicate with those little static pictures and whatever, they could have used that on the bottom of the screen during communication. Something.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they could have.
When you check for radio frequencies and whatnot, I mean, to me, this is beyond ridiculous. These people, they have the perfect opportunity to use something on a system, utilizing second screen as well as motion controls, but they want to make every excuse under the sun to say, oh no, we can't do this because, what was I saying again? I mean,
I
that's
just want to say one more thing on this, and I'll leave it to you guys
Mhm.
before I forget. You don't have to do anything special with the gamepad if you don't want. You can just do off screenplay if that's what you want to do. Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze doesn't do anything with it, and that's a first-party game. So that's a vote. If you can't come up with anything, then just give us the damn game. We don't need anything special on the gamepad.
For real.
Have to be.
Didn't I make a video about this not
Yes,
that
you
long
did.
ago?
Yes, you did.
hmm
And the floor is to you guys. Go ahead and chime in on this.
Well, you gotta remember. I mean, I guess coming from Kojima's side, Nintendo didn't line the pockets enough, as it were, because let's be honest. If you're gonna sit up there and say, "Oh, I got this app for your tablet and this app for your phone," you just screwed yourself in the foot. You shot yourself in the foot because you should have never said that, and then come up with the appropriate line after that, saying, "I couldn't think of nothing to do for the gamepad."
Right.
I mean, you really shouldn't have said that. So
if you don't want to bring the game, that's
just
fine.
say
I have no
that.
problem with that. Just say that.
Just
Don't
say
give us
that.
these excuses. Because
Mhm.
it's obvious.
Yeah, but I had to give it to Jamie, and Jamie said it in his video. He's like, he never said that Kojima never says it's not enough power. He never said that. He said, I couldn't figure out what to do with the gamepad. And that's important because Jamie had posed a little question on G Plus last week. And it was very interesting. We had a couple people in on it, and our good buddy Mr. Shadow Fox got in. And
Oh yeah, he tore it down.
so, I mean, when you think of it like that, you're like, dude, okay, if the power ain't a problem, and you just made the most ridiculous excuse ever thought of, dude, you should have just said, look, we just not bringing it.
Yeah,
Say what
I
you
would
need
have
to
respected
say.
him more.
I would have respected that better if you did that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I
look.
respect that more.
Yeah.
Like, look, we just don't want to put it on Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do was say that.
Yeah, that's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. I'm like, and let that be the end of it.
I wouldn't be talking about it right now if he just said that. I wouldn't care.
I understand why he probably wants Snake back on Brawl. A lot of people actually wanted Snake back on Brawl because I was talking to some people today. That's one of their favorite characters from Brawl. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but they ain't gonna do that. I'm like,
I don't even know.
Sakurai's not doing it.
For me, Snake didn't really fit all that well. I mean, honestly, I would have preferred Mega Man and Brawl rather than Snake.
He kind of did because they made him fit. But yeah, you're right. On as a whole, he kind of did feel out of place. But
Just kind of wedge it in there.
yeah, but some of
just
the
like-
stuff he did kind of make sense. It did kind of make sense to have him in there on some of the stuff. But
Yeah, some things, but it's like they just threw him down in the game. It's just like he
Well-
didn't feel like he fit in place with the other characters.
oh nah, because he's not that type of man. How to say it?
He's too realistic.
I gotta bring up an interesting point. I'm telling you this. Why didn't he beg to be in PlayStation All Stars? Oh!
Well, I'm pretty sure because PS All Stars isn't as popular as Brawl, and because it was just a clone.
Well, let me be for real.
Not a good clone either.
They got good games. I'll tell them that. I'll say that. But when it comes to the art of imitation, they need to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I could say that was pretty good over there as far as imitation was 3 Dot Heroes. I don't even think they made that one. 3 Dot Heroes on PlayStation?
I don't think they made that.
Yeah. That was a pretty good homage to the original Legend of Zelda. But I'm just saying, aside from that, these little nods that they give as far as games and gaming implementation doesn't come off too well from Sony's side. They need to stick with what's their own, and I guess that's why Kojima was like, let me not beg for Snake to be over there.
Well, I think the problem with Sony, and I think it was Active Gamer that said this, Active Gamer, shout out to him, is that they don't copy enough. I mean,
they do it
they do a little half-hearted copy. That's what happened with.
You gotta go deeper.
Right. I mean, the ring outs in Smash Brothers is one of the best things about it, the coolest, the funnest things about it, and they didn't do that. So they do a half-hearted copy. Same thing goes with the Wii U, Wii controller copy. What's that?
Move.
Right. It was a half-hearted copy.
Yeah. Well, they basically took 2 rave batons and.
Yeah. Well, actually, you are right. T. Snake would have fit better on PlayStation All Stars. The only reason I'm saying this is because I actually played PlayStation All Stars.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I don't know what to say to you, bro.
It's one of those things that everybody got a game they shouldn't have played.
This guy. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, I got like 5 or 6 that's on my list, but I did play PlayStation All Stars, and in all honesty, I'm not being bad. It's not a bad game. It's just it's not fun. What they were trying to go for, they had the idea there, but it's not fun. There's no slapstick. They tried to make it too
quote unquote
too serious,
too bro-ish. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, where's the slapstick comedy at? Where's the fun at? And the fun aspect wasn't even there. So
dude, bro's more important. What are you talking about?
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, I mean that's what the problem was with that. And in all honesty, Snake does fit more on that than it would on Smash Brothers. But at the same time, he pretty much begged because he was supposed to be on Melee. A lot of people don't know that Snake was supposed to be in Melee, but he got cut at the last minute. And I guess Sakurai promised him he'd be on the next one, and that's why they put him on Brawl.
Let's reciprocate some of these promises. How about that?
Yeah. So I guess he wants him because Kojima probably got like a Wii U at the house. He probably waiting for Smash Brothers, and he want to play his character.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not even a Metal Gear fan. Like I said, I'm more of a Splinter Cell guy. I've always been, as far as my stealth action goes. I mean, I played Metal Gear on the NES, but I was pretty terrible at it. And my cousin, I used to watch him play. He was really good at it. I watched him beat it actually. But I'm not even a fan of Metal Gear series. But I know a lot of Nintendo fans would like to see that game, and so
stream as well.
Let's reciprocate some of that love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, if they just came off a couple hundred G's, I mean, development costs are kind of big. I mean, if Nintendo want to give to the Help Kojima Make Money Foundation, we know y'all sitting on those billions of yen, so why don't you just cobble up a nice little 500 mil on the yen over here, and we can talk.
Third-party control, baby.
I'm just telling you something right now. Like I said, though, there needs to be a lot more quid pro quo when it comes to this type of cross-licensing, I mean, but it is what it is. I think Kojima basically, just got used to seeing his character over there because that would have been his 3rd iteration being on there had it come through. He just got comfortable with the idea, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I can see that. Cause
I just don't see how he's that oblivious. How can you be that oblivious to the irony of your request? You know, how can you be that oblivious? How can you not realize that? Yeah,
T.
none of my games are on that system, but hey, sorry, fans.
Never underestimate the power of selfishness.
Yeah. Even if they don't want to put the new Metal Gear game, the one that's currently going to PS4 and I think Xbox One on the Wii U, do a different game.
Yeah.
But with the same character. Maybe something prior to that, or maybe something a little bit after that, but just a different game. Just something to show that you want the people to get to know your character.
Do any game, Konami. When's the last Konami game?
You know what had ticked me
I'll
off?
take winning 11.
What would tick me off? Now that we're talking about Konami anyway, the fact that Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate went
Right.
HD on 360 and PS3, but not the Wii U.
Right.
And then the collection comes out, 360 PS3, no Wii U.
I'm just telling you
The
something.
3DS
But some fools will tell you the
game
reason
was
that
good.
these
They
games
made it a
ain't
home console game, and dropped the company that the game was originally with.
right. I mean, some
What-
fools will
what-
tell you that the reason is, Nintendo didn't give us development kits.
Oh god.
Well, that goes in line with the money, man. I mean, they wanted the money and the kit. You got to give me $300 million and the kit for free, and I'll consider it.
So like, yeah, before it's even considered, I need money and I need equipment.
Yeah. Then
No investment from my end whatsoever.
Yeah. Then I'll think about doing it. I mean, just think about it. Cash rules everything around Microsoft. That was just a little joke. People don't get mad.
Or do.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. if nobody has an immediate topic to bring up, I got one that I'm kind of curious about that I've seen some news as of late about. Anyone?
Actually, I got one, but it's more gaming related, so we could probably go after yours.
Yeah, mine
Okay.
can wait.
Mine's more of a rant, so go for it.
Okay, no problem. Rants are welcome here. But here's another one that I have is this. Dragon Quest X, aka Dragon Quest 10, for Wii U, PC, and Android. 300,000 active players in Japan alone.
What?
It's on Android too.
Android?
It's on Android as well.
I don't know.
Not know that.
Don't ask.
Don't underestimate Square.
Hey, are they going to make it cross-platform player?
I don't know. I don't know, but Nintendo.
We know Nintendo's up for that.
How the heck did they? I know Nintendo the masters of compression, but how in the world did they do that for Android?
I don't know. Maybe they have to
some
sit up here.
tips.
They got to sell that thing with a battery recharging kit.
They got to. 'Cause I know them people. Them tablets got to run hot.
Oh, you know those little plug-in charges, those Insta charges? Yeah, they gotta.
Yeah.
Those gotta be a pack-in.
Because I saw some gameplay of the game, and the game looks amazing. So I'm like,
I might have to go online to see if I can get myself an Android copy of it.
All I'm saying is I'm surprised that game hasn't made it over to Australian region. Let me see, the Northern European region, as well as the U.S. and in South America. I'm just astounded that they haven't even bothered to bring it here yet. Because I'm sure a lot of people would like to scratch that itch, that MMO itch.
I know I would, especially for a Wii U game.
but here's the problem. We're talking about Square Enix here. Unless that game's gonna come on 3DS, Square Enix ain't doing it for Nintendo.
Well, we could.
Quote unquote, man. I'm sorry, man. The only thing they've been pulling out overseas, out of Japan, has all been 3DS. They haven't put nothing console wise. In Japan, they put stuff on console, but they haven't done it over anywhere else, any other regions. And my thing is, I thought they got good feedback on Dragon Quest for the Wii U, that Dragon Quest 10. So I don't know what they're doing. I do know what they're doing. It's called the definitive versions of games, but
Tomb Raider.
yeah, I mean,
I have a comment for that, but we keep it PG, so yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what Square Enix is thinking. I really don't, because I would have thought with the company and the way it's going, and people are complaining about they might, have to sell and some stuff, that they will be actually trying to clamor to get their stuff out to as many regions as possible. You would think, especially if the game is super popular and people are loving MMOs even out in the West now. I mean, I would think that would be right up their alley. I mean, but apparently I'm wrong.
They don't like money.
Yep.
The situation
Just like with
really strange when it comes.
Just
to
like with
Nintendo.
Kingdom Hearts 3, they're doing basically the same thing. It's like, the audience is basically on the Nintendo platform, so why don't you just also put it on there too? It's like, but it's not, unless it's not on the 3DS. Nope.
Yeah.
That'll go.
Yeah. I mean, it's neither here nor there. I can kind of expect it, but oh well. Now, going on to one more different topic real quick I wanted to bring up and get out the way before anything. Okay? And then, I'll pass the baton around real quick. What do you guys think of Titanfall?
I'd like to play it.
I haven't got my copy yet. My
I was gonna
copy.
say I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give an opinion.
It looks cool. That's all I can really say.
Well, no, there's one opinion I have, and that is, who cares that it's 792p?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
For real? Oh my
I
god.
was literally on a live stream on here, and they were arguing all about Infamous is 1080. Oh, Titanfall's 729. I'm just like, guys, I thought it was about the gameplay, not
And this community.
resolution.
Yeah.
I mean, the game seems decent, but if I'm not mistaken, there's no single-player campaign, is
Right,
there?
I was just about
No,
to
it's,
say
it's
that.
straight multiplayer.
That's my one problem.
That's my one beef
That's
with
what's keeping me
himself.
back is that if it doesn't have a story mode, doesn't have a campaign.
I'd say even if they didn't put in a single player campaign, they should have done a multiplayer campaign.
Something.
I don't know.
Well, I won't find out because, like I said, I'm getting the 360 version, so I won't find out till next week.
Yeah, that would be where I'm headed.
Yeah, I'll find out then. So I will probably do a first impression and stuff on Game Cafe, but other than that, I can't give a opinion right now.
Yeah, I hear you, definitely. All right, then, so who wants to sit up here and start off with a topic?
Well, I got one that's kind of simple, and it came to me like right before the podcast, and this is basically about acceptable length for a game, i.e., like in the action adventure, sci-fi, whatever genre, not like fighting games or shooting games or anything like that, but like the more action adventure RPG style types. What would be an acceptable length of game for your pay that you pay for the game for? Because I know a lot of times, especially like with the last gen, there was like a couple of games that were like under 6 hours that still cost $60. And my thing is, if it's an action adventure game, personally, it should be between 20 and 40 hours. Personally,
I was gonna say an average of 30 would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't tell me that a $60 price tag is justified, and I've just beat the game in 4 hours.
Right.
Starport.
See, and here's the problem with the length. I don't have a problem that we come from a generations of games that you can beat, on a weekend or a night. But the problem is these types of games, like an action adventure type of game, a really story driven game that you beat in 2 hours, it has no replay value. That's the problem, Yeah. So it needs to be longer, so you feel like you got your money's worth. So it's not, it's not completely about the length. It's about the length plus the type of game it is. So
yeah, I mean, and that's a good point. My only issue is, I'm like, in some of these games, a lot of these games have collector's editions and limited edition of this and that, and my thing is, okay, if you got all these editions, which is going to cost you more money, and I'm still getting the same 4-hour game with no replay value. How do you justify? And I'm sorry, the whole development cost of this. Then you should have just straight up had a download only. Should have been download only.
Yep.
And it shouldn't have been no $60. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If it's an action adventure game and it's under 10 hours, it better not cost no full price.
You know what? The thing is, it seems to be an ongoing trend with that because you see a lot of games that have very short campaigns, but they put everything on the visuals, everything on big name actors and everything. That's where most of the money goes for the ooh I'm over it all of a sudden, features. That's what they seem to go for. They try to sit up here and add a lot of flash with no substance. And I've been saying this for the longest time, and this is what's driving the industry into the ground. This is why you see so many studios closing. They can't afford to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
They're chasing that Call of Duty. They're chasing that Battlefield, and they're chasing that Assassin's Creed money. I mean, where are the mid-range games? I want to see more games like Wonderful 101. I mean, the budget for that game couldn't have been that much. And I'm sure they made their money back. I think it sold about 200,000 copies or so right now. And
That's a shame.
you don't have to make $10 billion every damn game you make. Why not just make a nice little profit and keep yourself sustainable? It just doesn't make any sense. And you can make more games that way. You make these smaller kind of mid-range budget games. Your development cycle won't be 2 and 3 years.
Yeah, well, a lot of those companies that did a lot of those mid-range games, they're not around anymore.
They got bought up.
Your Midways, your Acclaims, they ain't around no more. So,
a lot of them got bought up by the bigger company, got ate up and swallowed.
Yeah.
And they couldn't.
And we lose franchises.
Right.
I would love to see Gauntlet come back.
Oh, Gauntlet.
You and me both.
Sure, I want Freedom. I want Freedom Force to come back.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of that stuff went out when a lot of the smaller companies did go out, which is messed up because a lot of companies, like you said, T, that bought them, they ain't doing nothing with them.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, when Rare is reduced, and I know it ain't the same team at Rare, but Rare has a name. Yeah, when they are reduced to Connect Sports Rivals, what the?
Mismanagement and misuse.
And don't tell me you can't do it, because look at, I don't want to cut you off, but look at the dude making the Hat in Time. Have you seen don't tell me you can't make, that's basically a Rare game. So don't tell me you can't make them anymore because all the people are gone and whatnot. You can hire a few people and put these IPs out there,
Yeah.
Heck, they didn't even, if they really wanted to, they could do a special contract with a few people that might have done the games before.
Get those guys. He's obviously super influenced by Rare games from the N64 era. That guy, I don't know his name right now. I can't think of his name. But get him to make the next Banjo.
Microsoft should definitely keep an eye on the indies that look for to do homages of different Rare titles, and that way they can actually revitalize their Rare division big time. I mean, because like I said, for all we know, there could be somewhere out there somebody's making a Blast Core, and I'm gonna tell you right now, damn Skippy, I would want to play something like that again.
Well, for me, and I'm pretty sure I speak for T as well on this. Jet Force Gemini.
Jet Force Gemini, baby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Rare's
JFG.
Rare's Mega Man.
A good one. Not like they deal with that stupid Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh God.
Talking about the actual good Jet Force Gemini, one that actually goes with the story.
And one that is just as complicated and as long.
Yes, that game was awesome.
Bro, Jeff, well, let me say this real quick. I just recently, I was reading articles from old, back then. Jet Force, the characters were supposed to be actually a lot younger looking. I don't know if you guys remember when they were developing it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember. They were supposed to be younger, then get older throughout the gameplay.
But guess who decided they should be older? Miyamoto.
Okay.
How about that, Mr. Kid Game Maker Miyamoto decided the characters need to be older in Jet Force Gemini.
Made sense. I mean, Starship Troopers that just came out, it made sense.
Yeah.
Made complete and total sense.
Mm-hmm. The game was better for it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember, like, a lot of people that sit up and talk trash about Miyamoto, they forget the guy is, like, had his hand in a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
You wouldn't know that Metroid was a female if it wasn't for Miyamoto. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who said, because they had watched Alien. Mm-hmm. That's where she came from. Mm-hmm. They made her a woman. They already had it in mind that she was a woman and that she was going to be older.
Yep.
But this is a kid. This is a kid game. I'm like, okay, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. That's just like people saying Jackie Chan can't fight. I'm like, go try him then. Go try him.
Oh, because of how silly he makes himself look in his movies,
Yeah, I'm
where
like,
he does all of his own stunts and gets hurt a majority
Dude
of the
is
time.
beast.
Walk up on him if you want to. He gonna put you to sleep.
yeah. Walk up on him, you bad. Go walk up on him. You think you can't fight? Go and do that. Yeah, go do that.
Dude, Jackie Chan could probably walk the streets of Newark with no problem.
There'll be no rubble in the Bronx. He'll handle it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh.
Like let people think Jackie Chan can't fight. Like, go ahead and test him.
You know what?
look,
I blame
I
Jet
dare-
Li.
I would
Oh.
dare somebody to stand at a distance and throw a rock at Jackie Chan and see what happens.
Okay, real quick, before we get any complaints, we need a Jackie Chan video game.
For real?
Nice.
Another one, yeah.
One based on the old cartoon series.
Oh, the Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh my god.
I think they did a few games for that.
I would play that game, dude. That series is off the chain. I'd play that game, dude. Netflix, I need my series.
Oh, Lord. Don't get me started on Netflix, man. They don't even get enough anime for my taste.
For real.
yeah. Dropping down on me.
But they got the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I'm good.
Oh, okay. See, T good to go, man. I got my taste of Kenichi Mighty's Disciple. That's all.
Oh,
that's all
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I got-
haven't.
Oh. Have you seen the manga lately?
Yep.
Oh, dude,
Oh my God.
it is getting intense, and I love it. It is enjoyable.
It is straight
They're
up
getting to a
wash.
point where I am so happy with it right now.
Mm.
All right, now let's see if does anybody else has any other topics to go.
I got one that's interesting.
Go for it.
Okay. Now this is going to come from left field a little bit, but what crossover, anime video game crossover, would you love to see put together? And I have one right off the bat. Air Gear and guess it, Quan.
Tony Hawk.
No, not Tony Hawk. No, not extreme enough.
Dag. Skate.
Nope.
Okay, what?
That Grind Radio.
Ah, yeah. I came up with an idea. I
should have said it because that's what I was thinking.
A while ago, I came up with an idea saying, what if they had the exploration of Jet Grind combined with the skating mechanics of Skate and with the fighting engine of Virtua Fighter?
That would be Air Gear.
That would definitely
That's
be
it.
Air
That sounds
Gear.
like Air Gear.
That would be definitely Air Gear. I came up with that one like months back. That right there. I'm like, Sega, please, seriously, please do that. But like I said, if they touch on more anime, because I know that they're doing a One Piece game is supposed to be releasing here in the West. I forgot the exact name of it, but they're heavy with One Piece. They're heavy with
That was
One
just
Piece.
random BS&J's part, really.
One Piece, and because there's a new the One Piece game is called One Piece Unlimited, One Piece Unlimited R or Red. I can't remember the R what the R is for, but yeah, that's supposed to be coming out here. There's supposed to be like another Bleach game coming out in Japan, and Fairy Tail and Soul Eater.
Oh,
Series about that.
Yeah, but I don't know if those
series,
are coming
but
over here. Yeah, I don't know if those are coming over here because the last Bleach game that came over here for PS3 was actually pretty good, but nobody bought it.
Oh Lord.
Wait. They had a good Bleach game?
Yeah,
What was it
Soul
called?
Resurrection. Soul Resurrection. I got it on PS3.
Soul Resurrection? I heard it was kind of crappy, really?
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, you
Because I love Bleach, and I'm a fighter fan, so it's a fighting game, right?
Yeah, it's a fighting game. It's actually it's like it's a hybrid. But
Oh, okay, like an adventure fighting type.
yeah, like that.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of them that are like that. I actually got an idea for one since you brought that up, Andre. Let's see, Gundam Wing and Metroid crossover.
Oh.
That would be hot. That would be hot. I got a boring one for you guys, but go ahead.
Actually, how about Metroid and Blue Gender?
I would say Metroid and Blue Gender, but I hated Blue Gender.
I know, but only because it kind of fits if you think about it.
It fits, but that ending was garbage, man. So the ending was straight up garbage. I'm sorry to all the Blue Gender fans. It's just not my. I hated the ending. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Send your hate mail to.
Yeah.
I got a boring one for y'all. It's a triple. Hajime no Ippo, 1 Pound Gospel, and of course, what's the one boxing game that Nintendo came out with?
Punch Out.
That would
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
Wow.
I would love to see Lil Mac doing them Dragon Ball Z moves. I mean,
Dempsey
I like
roll
Hajime
for the
Ippo.
win.
I like Hajime Ippo though. That's a good one, dude. That's actually a good one.
Now, I don't know if you guys had seen it or not, but we actually did get a pretty big video game crossover this week. Not in the U.S. yet, or probably ever. But Phantasy Online 2 has now been crossover with Attack on Titan.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh,
saw that.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I saw a meme for it.
Yeah,
That looks really cool.
because it had Levi.
That
Yeah.
is an interesting concept.
Yeah, it
That's-
looks amazing. But here's the thing: is I would love to see crossover with Attack on Titan and Titanfall.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I saw
that'll
one
work.
for
You
that
know
too.
what? No. I think Attack on Titan and X
Mm.
Still too early on
because
that.
of the mechs.
Anything in X.
Yeah,
Mega Man X and X.
Oh, yo, that would be hot.
Kid
Yeah,
Icarus,
heck yeah.
Kid Icarus Uprising in X.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. That. Wow. Okay, then.
In other words, Sakurai want X in Brawl. I mean, in the new Smash Bros. We want him in the new Smash Bros. Dude. X.
I got a crossover for you right here. Let's cross Fire Emblem with Shin Megami Tensei.
That's already happening.
The one that's getting worked out. You know,
And
Can we see some more info on that, please?
I don't know about that, Mr. T. That sounds a little controversial. I don't know.
T, you broke my rule, man. I said anime in game.
My bad. Seriously, mine would be Blood, the last vampire, and
Oh, nice.
what's it called? Ninja Gaiden.
Oh,
You,
Oh,
dude,
that's interesting.
read my mind.
Oh, I got a good one for you. I got one last
But I
good
would,
one
I
for you.
would lean
myself.
towards Castlevania, but anyways.
Watch this
Yeah,
one.
that's good, yeah.
Mad World and Blood Sea.
Oh,
Yes.
God. That is
be awesome.
Blood Central right there.
That's bloody.
That's just all bloody.
How about Portal and Elfen Lied?
Oh,
Okay, that's a good one. That's a
That's
good
a
one.
good concept.
that's
Elfin
something.
Lied. I haven't heard
Oh,
that in a
man.
minute.
I saw Hot Coast
Here's
mention that the other day.
here's
So-
another one. Vampire Hunter D in Castlevania.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah. Enough
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, all day.
Oh, wait, if you're going to go that route, Ninja Scroll and Ninja Gaiden.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a lot of
humor
ninjas.
to go. That's little campy humor to go along with it, huh?
It sounds golden.
Oh Lord. Let me see.
XL Saga Anime, and Mario Kart.
That would be hilarious.
Oh man.
Trolling left and right.
Pretty much. With
I think-
Navashiki showing up with the afro.
Oh Lord, no she. Oh Lord.
Man, you make me forget what I was going to say now.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Wait. Magical Shopping Arcade, Abanabashi, and Pokemon.
Oh, that's interesting.
That one.
Okay.
Pokemon and Digimon.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Go
that,
home. Go
Yeah.
home.
But
That
I
would
mean,
break- that
but
would
doesn't
break
that happen in
fanboys.
X and Y
Hold on,
already?
Jamie, go home. You're drunk.
Jamie, doesn't that happen in X and Y already?
as I
Anyhow,
would say, Mega Evolve.
Kinda.
Mega Evolve is Digivolve.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
always thought of Digimon as the welfare version of Pokemon.
Oh,
To
man.
me, Digimon was a little bit better because they could always go back to their first form.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be stuck in the
Yeah,
evolved form if they didn't want to.
That's true. There's
Digimon was
multiple
the,
evolutions.
Digimon was the GoBots of
Cop Turd. It's
You
not
made me
Cop
think of
Turd.
Mask.
It's not Cop Turd. It's Gyro Robo.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, I just got one. Custom Robo, and I don't know if y'all know about this, but Angelic Lair.
Oh,
Yes, I do
Oh.
actually.
That's
That's
beautiful.
interesting. Ah.
Because both of them, you got to use your mind to control
Right.
the
Yep, you gotta
character,
control your
so-
avatars.
That's cool.
The little
But the
characters,
difference
yep.
with Custom Robo is you actually get hurt.
I got one for you. Watch this. Watch this. Heaven's Lost Property and Dead or Alive.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Why?
I already
Dude, you
know
should've
why you
just
did
said Hospital
that,
of the
Quan.
Dead.
Service up the
I
butt.
know exactly why you did
High
that,
School
Quan. Shame on
Dead
you.
and House of the Dead.
Fan service. is
House of the Dead Sankaria.
Oh Lord.
What's that new
Sankareya,
3DS game?
Lord. Sankareya. Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's pretty good. Except for you have to have a whole lot of hydrangeas around.
Yeah. Check it out, Mizzy. It's interesting.
What's it called?
Sankaria. Sankarea.
Is that high school girls?
Yeah,
Kind of.
I don't want to. I'll put it this way: it's a new take on a zombie tale.
Yeah,
A
pretty much.
totally new twist.
It's a whole new twist on the whole Walking Dead zombie thing.
Okay. I gotta
It's,
look
It's
that
actually
up.
pretty good.
it's
really
very
good.
twisted, actually. But I watch the
It's a little
watch
scary
the
at
sub
times.
first. Watch the
Oh,
sub
okay.
first before you do the dub.
I got another one. You see, the pronunciation changes depending on the localization,
Where
but Kashan
is
or Kashern and Mega Man X.
Casher and Sins or Casher? The original Casher.
Sins, because I think Sins would better fit with Mega Man X plotline.
I can see that.
Oh, I got one. Haha. Gurren Lagann and Mega Man Legends.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Good,
What
good
are you doing
choices.
over there breathing like that, man?
My
Go
mind-
ahead,
no,
excited,
my mind
man.
was
The
processing.
combination got him so excited he
My
got
mind
short
was
of breath.
processing all of this information.
oh,
Kind of overheated.
We made him geek
watching
out.
anime or something.
I got one more. Trigun. And
Oh
Red
my
Dead
God.
Redemption.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you were going that direction.
Trigun what?
Red Dead
Trigun
Redemption.
and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh my god, that would be freaking awesome, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love myself some Trigun.
Hey,
Trigun.
Roger,
Damn.
calm down. You need to grab some tissues and come back?
Okay, let me see. There's another one I was thinking of. That I'm trying to sit up here and recall. Dags. Just had it on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah. The Slayers and Breath of Fire.
Dude.
That's interesting.
There you go.
No, okay, just give me a few minutes. I'm having a fanboy moment.
You gonna be alright over there?
You don't understand. Breath of Fire is one of my favorite RPGs, and as tacky as Slaves are to some people, I freaking love that series too.
Oh Lord, I'm
Oh.
saying it now. The
He
Slayers.
just made Rashidi have to have an asthma attack. Now.
I gotta breathe deeply. Hold on. Okay, continue. I'm good.
Okay, well, enough of the anime ideas because we'll be here the whole podcast.
Pretty much.
See, look, I come up with good subjects.
Yeah, you do, sir. We're gonna have to see if anybody else has another topic before we hit on a topic for one of our fans that asked a question, about something. Before we go on that route, does anybody else have any topics?
I guess I'll go selfish for a moment.
Go for it.
This is not really important, but I'm just doing a brief vent. Let's go with the first one. You guys already know the whole GameStop thing. Once my power card expired, I think I'm done with these guys because my whole thing is this: does Microsoft own GameStop? Seriously? I'm starting to wonder that.
No, but they do have deals with them.
They must have a lot of deals because my whole thing is this: I have no problem if you don't like the system I prefer or anything else, but don't lie and make stories up. Just if you have a reason, either say you don't like it or give me real facts.
I don't think I've heard this story.
Yeah, I'm in the dark.
Okay. All right. Mizuti kind of sort of knows, but he wasn't paying attention fully. That's not his fault. All right. All right. This is what happened. I went to GameStop on Thursday to get a copy of We Fit You to reserve a copy of Mario Kart 8 and to reserve a copy of Final Fantasy for the PlayStation 4. The guy at the store, once I did that, he did a brief, polite rant. He wasn't rude or anything, but he made his thoughts known about. He was like, all right. He said Sony was good. I was like, okay, cool. But he kind of downplayed Sony, and I pointed out, I tried the conversation about Nintendo, and then he was like, Nintendo's garbage. Nintendo lost a lot of money. They're not getting anywhere. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, actually, yes, they did lose a lot of money, but so did Sony, and Xbox is not making any profit.
Hold on.
Look it up.
Rashidi. There's one thing that's a little bit wrong with that.
Okay,
they
go
didn't
ahead.
really lose money. They just didn't
No.
hit their projections.
Right.
Oh, you're right. You're correct. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Yeah, they had an operating loss, but they all had
Yes.
an overall gain.
Yeah, they was aiming for a certain mark and they didn't hit it. But anyways, that's the problem. These fanboys don't pay attention to the facts. They're so busy ranting about what's negative and they don't know the full deal. So I'm hearing them talk mad smack about Nintendo. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Everybody has their own different taste. But at least know the facts. Don't, because he turned around. There's an old lady came up that was buying a bunch of stuff for the Wii U for her grandson. And he totally dogged out the Wii U. But he did say that Mario Kart is awesome. So get the Mario Kart, but don't worry about buying any games for the Wii U because Wii U has no games. And I was like,
Okay, so he's telling the woman spend $300, in order to have the ability to play one game. Is what
pretty
he's saying.
much. Well, no. I think she already had the game. She was thinking about getting more games for her grandson. And she said the only games worth buying was Mario Kart and maybe Smash Brothers.
Oh
And
no,
I was-
I don't understand. Why is this guy even? I mean, okay,
Oh,
you're
no,
a
it
fanboy.
gets better. It gets better. He turns around and says that the Xbox. I mean, don't get it wrong. I probably will get an Xbox one day. Xbox One, sorry, an Xbox one day. But I'm waiting for some good content for me personally. He went on a rant about how awesome the Xbox One is and how many great games they have, and currently nothing on the market compares to the Xbox One. And I was like,
You sure he wasn't a Microsoft mole?
and I was like, dude, I'm like, you work at a GameStop. Nothing wrong with pointing out your preferences, but you need to tell the truth across the board.
Well,
No, there is something wrong with him.
Oh,
putting out his
and I got a
preferences.
crappy copy of Pokemon Black, which pissed me
Okay,
off.
he got a bad copy. Well, you got a bad copy. That's what you said, right?
No, I got a bad copy. I'm gonna return it.
There is something wrong with him putting out his preference. Your job is to ring up my damn game and shut the hell up.
Exactly.
You have no. I didn't. Unless I asked you your opinion, please keep it to yourself. All I need you to do is ring my game up, give me my change, and send
Exactly.
me my way.
Nobody asked him. He volunteered this of his own volition.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Since he wanted to talk about what he supposedly knew, come back with all the facts. Come back with the links to all of the different places that point out where he's wrong, and then let's see what he has to say after that.
Now, you know what I would do?
And
I
he
would pull out
politely called me a fanboy, and then he pointed out he's not a fanboy because he's gonna get all the systems. Sorry,
You know what?
I did.
I would have pulled out my Galaxy S4, typed in some little websites inside there, and say, take a good look. Here we go. Here's from here. Here's the facts. Here's the opinions, and here's the hype.
Well, actually, Rashidi, all you really had to do was turn around, look at the Xbox One side that has nothing but a bunch of cases of stuff coming out in 2015, and then go and look at the the stuff that now the Wii U probably ain't gonna have like a small little corner in the back.
It's a
behind-
small corner. He actually pointed that out. He was like, is Wii U worth having anything? Look how small the corner is. I'm like, that's because
Yeah,
you guys
but-
made it that way.
I was like, that's because of y'all management did that. That's not saying what's on the system.
But
Nintendo ain't giving them the same incentives, so they make that little corner small over there for the Wii U.
yeah, but when you show that corner, and you go over and you look at that Xbox corner, you're gonna see something with the Xbox One corner. It ain't gonna have nothing but Live, Forza.
Oh, he
Rise.
talked about how awesome Forza is, and he can't wait for the new Forza that's coming out.
You know what? That's it. I made up my mind. I'm going to talk to my niece when she got time off, and we're going to go to New York, and I'm going to the Nintendo World Store, and I'm going to sit up here and put footage of their cases, of all the games they have there, just to finally shut people up.
I think you should do it.
I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do off of my cell phone. We're like, yeah, or if not, bring the camcorder and just do that thing. Bump
They
it off
really
right
need
quick.
to spread that store out. They would make money if they spread out.
I agree.
They're just gonna do it smartly. I don't say put it everywhere, but put some more locations.
They're very small. They're all tiny little locations, and they squeeze everything in to have these. Of course, their used game bin is right out front because that's where they make their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you look at the Nintendo World Store and you look at all the games they have on there, it's redonkulous. You know what I'm saying? It is redonkulous. They have a huge section. There should be no reason why any section that basically, of any store that has, Nintendo consoles, especially the Wii U, that there should be a small section because there's enough to sit here and fill up shelf space. They're lying.
That's what I pointed out.
They should expand their Nintendo World stores. More like Apple stores, and just have their stuff in it.
Yep.
I would go there all the time.
Yep.
Actually, now that you say that, I think like Sony should do that too, as well as
Yeah, everybody should do.
Microsoft. I think
Sony
everybody
closing
should.
theirs, but
I mean, I know that's not gonna.
Sounds is golden.
I know that's not helping GameStop out any, but hell, y'all did it to yourselves. So
Did you just say help GameStop?
I was gonna say what?
I said no, y'all did it to yourselves. I said, I know
not
that's
gonna help
not gonna help
GameStop.
GameStop. It's not going to help GameStop, but they did it to themselves, in my opinion. I'm like, with how they're acting. I'm sorry, because I know some people that work at the GameStops around me, and the stuff that they have to do, I think, is stupid. Because it's not half the time it's not the employees. Half the time it's really not.
Yeah. I actually like most of the people that work at GameStop, but I've been meeting more and more Microsoft fanboys lately.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, you're gonna meet those guys.
No. I meet them in person, but it's one thing when I go to a store and they're trying to convince me to buy stuff. I'm like this. I would get an Xbox One, but I'm waiting for at least 3 decent games that I want to play.
You gotta check for those Microsoft shirts. You gotta check for them.
Now, before we go on, is there anybody else that has a topic?
I gotta just say one more thing and I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
I love and I hate Wii Fit U.
I know why you hate it.
I am a fat bastard according to Wii Fit U.
Oh Lord.
I'm like, do I have to be anorexic? Because they said I have to be 171 pounds.
It's not fair. They don't take a body type into consideration.
Yeah, they got to factor in black people because I'm 6'2". If I weigh 171 pounds and 6'2", I would be a straight up pole.
Oh Lord.
They make me look like a fat bastard on that thing. I'm like, wow, dude, really?
So you're telling me you get the whoa.
But I kill the games though.
Oh,
My bounce sucks though. I ain't go front. My bounce is horrible.
all right.
I'm getting.
Well, see, the problem is it uses the BMI, the body mass index, which is an outdated form of body measurement, health measurement.
Yep, I've learned that a long time ago. But it still hurts when I see me get fat.
Maybe it's still okay for Japanese people, but for America, our fat behinds, that ain't gonna work.
I know I ain't trim. I know Wii Fit will be looking at me cross-eyed.
But I love the games though. It's really fun. I'm addicted to the game. I'm addicted to it. The obstacle course is awesome.
All
and
right.
Luge, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, we're sidetracking here. We're sidetracking a little bit because, we're a little bit pressed for time. There's a big topic. If you look at the sidebar, what I put up there, you know what the next topic's going to be.
I can't read.
Gotcha.
Easy.
We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct of last month. So before we get into that, because that's going to take a big portion of our time, if anybody's got one final thing to get out the way, now's the time. Oh, look who came in, Nintendo.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Joe.
Joe, what's up, man? Running a little late, bruh.
No, listen, I just had my baby.
Yeah, I heard you was a daddy again.
He's
Yeah, I just had
incognito.
a baby, yeah.
Incognito, get it right.
Hey, I'm Puerto Rican. I wanted to make sure I could get away with that.
You all right? You cool?
You cool. You got a couple of us endorsing you.
All right.
Cat Williams.
Y'all basically black. Y'all basically black too. So we don't.
For real. You lighter skin. That's it.
All right. Okay. Nintendo, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. What's
He
going on,
hiding
fella?
from us.
Oh, man.
Dude, come on. How come you got your camera looking like your last known photo?
I thought it was a shot of his toilet or something.
Have you seen this man?
Be right back.
All right.
Right.
Okay, waiting on you, Nintendo.
Can you hear me now?
I think he's adjusting his mic.
Oh, okay. All right. Love that silence.
I think he's getting it.
Did it?
Is he good now?
Did it?
Yo, have you guys ever heard of 8-bit?
Did it?
8-bit music?
8-bit music, yeah.
Am I good?
I don't know if we can hear him.
I heard it.
You did?
Yeah, I said, am I good?
Oh, I didn't hear.
I didn't hear him either.
Joe, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
Use a big man voice.
Could you hear me?
Okay, guys. Just to have all the audience, this is what happens when you have a live show. Technical difficulties do arise, so please bear with us.
In the words of Dave Chappelle, turn my headphones up. Turn them up. Yeah, bring that beat back. Turn my headphones up. I can't hear my left one.
That was the best non-song I ever heard in my life.
What's up, guys?
There he is. What's up, man?
Your Nintendo?
What's up, everybody?
Dak, he can hear him, but I can't.
He's watching Jeopardy or something, I hear.
I'm
Oh,
hearing music. I don't know what it is, though.
it's not like Jeopardy music.
Yeah. All right.
I was watching Tang.
Well, in the meanwhile, we're gonna get into
Meanwhile,
this
back
topic.
on Earth.
We're gonna get back onto the topic at hand. If you look at the sidebar, which only the members of the podcast will be able to see, it's all the games that were announced during the Nintendo Direct last month.
What
big
games?
list.
What no games announced?
Oh, there ain't no games there. That's what, 40 games? That ain't nothing, please.
Well, there you go. It's not 40 games, but yeah, it's up there. These are all the games that we were talking about that were either coming, right away, or coming in a matter of time. Indies as well as first-party titles and eShop only titles and physical titles. So yeah, there you go. So you got it all listed there and categorized. So who wants to get it in and give their first opinions about the Nintendo Direct, so we can get that out the way?
No, sorry. What?
Can anybody hear me?
Can I go? No?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
All right, I'm going to keep it simple. People need to open up their eyes and pay attention to everything that's going around. People underestimate the indie games. Everybody's always looking for AAA titles. There's good games, really damn good games that aren't AAA titles. People need to pay attention to the eShop a lot more. I have more to say, but I'm going to stop there, let everybody else say, and I'll jump in after. I just have to point that out at the beginning.
I know Jamie's gonna go on about how unepic the eShop is.
Actually, I moved on to BitTrip Alien.
Oh, cool.
But Squad, you gotta understand, these games don't count because we saw them already.
No, but the thing is, though, I mean, looking at the Direct, I kind of lean towards the sides of the people that did complain to a degree, only if Nintendo is sitting on their hands on completely finished games like what Ubisoft did. But if they're not, and they're not done, then by all means, take your time and get the games right. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there saying that if they do have the games done, there should be no reason why they're delaying the release. But I doubt that sincerely, because you know the Nintendo, they're perfectionists.
Permission to interject.
Go for it.
This is coming back to that whole GameStop thing. The guy told me that Watch Dogs is not coming out for the Wii U. You've worked for GameStop. You should know the status.
You have a release list right there.
Exactly. I just had to say that. Continue.
You know why he's saying that? Because it seems like people that are fanboyish do not want, their favorite game that's on their favorite piece of plastic, not to you, Mr. T, you know what I'm saying, to be on someone else's, the opposing piece of plastic that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that's
Can we
stupid.
burn all fanboys?
Dude,
There's nothing wrong with being a fan of a system, but being a fanboy.
Dude, it's like somebody sitting up here going to a buffet and griping that you got sushi on your plate.
Right?
It's a buffet. Pick something else.
Pick something else and don't worry about what I'm eating.
It's like nanny nanny boo boo. I got more games than you do. Grow up.
I mean, dude, let me tell you
You got
something.
women?
I'm late to the game on this. I'm gonna be getting Last of Us, okay, and I'm gonna be playing that just for the sake of playing it. You know what I'm saying? Because if all the reviews are in, all whatever's gonna be down for it's down for it, and whatever. And I'm gonna be getting it on. I'm not gonna sit up here and suddenly commit harikiri all because I sat up there and touched a Sony game. You know what I'm saying?
And you should. How dare you touch a Sony game?
I mean, are any of us Nintendo only dudes? I mean, you only got a Nintendo console?
No, PS3,
nah.
PC, and I do not play on my phone though. I take pictures and videos on my phone, but I do not play on my phone.
I'm a Sony Nintendo gamer mostly. A little bit of PC.
Same here.
I say all the time, we get accused of being the worst fanboys, but we usually have another console. I got 3 or 4, you're gonna count. I have 2 PS3s and a Xbox 360.
I actually like 360. I just played at my brother's house. I don't want to buy it because the whole Red Ring of Death drama.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think let's get back to the direct though. I think as far as like how the direct was, I mean, if you watch my Pretendo direct, you pretty much know my gripes are presentation wise. Not so much what they show, but how they show it. It was a little disjointed. Like I said, I think they could benefit from my editing skills.
Word, sad word.
So yeah, I mean, I got what I was expecting to see. I would have liked. I mentioned that I would have maybe liked to see one surprise. But I guess we did get that with Little Mac. That was.
Oh hell yeah! So,
I had goosebumps about that. So.
Oh hell yes.
I would love to see. I would have loved to have seen a new game. But if if it's not ready at this point, Nintendo's not gonna show it. Because look what happened with Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. They put up that that pretty cheap trailer, if you want to call it that, with a little graphic thing that I could do in 5 minutes, and that's all you got. The little sound and Shin Megami. So the game is very early. If you even like programming anything yet, it's probably just concept ideas. So
I just say people just need to sit up here and understand one thing too. They can't just sit up here and flick a switch and suddenly release a ton of games, fast off the heels of having that financial statement that they put out.
Yeah.
They can't flick a switch and all the look. The only thing, like I said, I would gripe about is that they had the games completed and are sitting them on the shelves and waiting for a specific release date. If that's what they were pulling, I'd be pissed. But I highly doubt that.
Yep.
Well, me personally, I like the direct, but then again, I'm not one of those people that are gonna sit up and be like, well, they should have shown everything. They're gonna show at E3 this year now because that's what they need to do. I'm not one of those guys. So
Permission to be temporarily a fanboy.
Go for it.
I watched the Little Mac video, God knows how many times. I won't lie to you. That awakened something deep inside. I was like, oh my God, that is so awesome. All right, continue, people.
You know what I would like in Smash Brothers? You know what I would like in Smash Brothers? You know how when they have screen obstructions and things happen chaotically in the background?
Yeah.
Give me a Duck Hunt one.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know what? They need to bring back the whole shooting thing, like how they did the light gun. The Wiimote's perfect for it.
I would love to see that big time. That would be funny
awesome.
if it's automatic, but there could be an Easter egg where it will sit up here and use a Wiimote. You know what I'm saying? Where it will use a Wiimote.
Yeah, why isn't that in? That could be in like what's it called? NES Remix.
Yep.
Put it in there.
Why not? Just add the Wiimote option.
Yeah.
Okay, we lost Nintendo. Okay, hopefully next week he'll have his stuff ready for the podcast. Apologies to everybody, But like I was saying though. Oh, he's back! Yay!
Yeah.
Nintendo,
You good?
you there now?
No.
I think he slipped through a portal.
I think
You gotta be
what,
careful with those. They're dangerous, man. Come on.
if he has more than one mic, like because he might have a mic on his webcam and he might have a mic, on his headset, he needs to check.
That's what happened to me.
He needs to check the configuration and make sure it's defaulted to whatever he's using.
Yeah, so if you
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Switch it up, cause
Try to
That could be what's stopping you from being able to be heard.
you do that.
Okay, but getting back to
that
what
was
we
kind of creepy.
getting back to the direct. Getting back to the direct. Like I said, admittedly, it had a robust selection for the 3DS in comparison to Wii U. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's because obviously they're still working on stuff. Nintendo's kind of slow, and I will even say that they need to get on the ball.
See Dion's video.
They need to definitely speed up their production of games. They definitely need to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the 3DS is 3 years old, so they've been working on it a lot longer. They're going to have more games for it, And I hate to, keep repeating stuff that I already said in the video, but the 3DS is their breadwinner right now, so they're not going to, you don't take your focus off. It has momentum now. You don't take the focus off it when it has momentum. You keep your foot on the gas. If you think of sports, momentum is everything. If you let up, okay, we're beating these guys really bad. We can relax on the defense a little bit, and all of a sudden you in a game. So you gotta,
that's how so many football teams have gone from a 21-point lead.
And as a Bucks fan myself, I remember a certain Monday night game against Peyton Manning where he came back on us. He scored like 21 points in about 3 minutes. So it can happen. So you got to keep the momentum. You got to keep it going. So
all I gotta say is, like I said, it's nothing wrong with them going with leading with the strongest foot forward and everything. I get that. All I'm saying is, if it's possible to release Mario Kart at an earlier date, I would suggest they do it just to sit up here and build up momentum. If it's possible, if it's not finalized, if the Blu-ray is not in gold status where it's become the master printer, the master printing of it, then I say by all means do whatever touches up that you need to do, between now and May.
I mean, yeah, because before it all went down, my thought was that we'd get Mario Kart in March, and we'd get Bayonetta 2 either right before E3 or right after. We know that, but obviously that's not the case. Bayonetta 2 could come right out. We don't know. Nintendo, they'll surprise you sometimes with the release. So,
And what do you think of the announcement of the Virtual Consoles edition of Game Boy Advance games?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that
I
up.
was really happy.
DS.
Especially with the lineup that they had for the Game Boy Advance games. I mean, the Super Mario RPG, heck yeah.
Oh yes.
Heck yeah.
Sorry.
All I know is, all I gotta say is, like, given time, like I said, it's gonna grow big time. You're gonna see the Virtual Console become something big. They just need to sit up here and increase the release schedule of the games and then get them finalized. And I think what's really giving them a little bit of a hiccup is making communities over there that are specifically geared towards those particular games and adding in Miiverse functionality. That might take some time. You know what I'm saying, to set up the hooks and everything.
Andre, didn't you just do a video recently?
Yeah, I did just talk about that not too long
I
ago.
didn't get to watch it. I saw that was the title.
But no, more or less, I was thinking about how DS games coming to the Wii U, even though it's a good thing, they could have done it for the 3DS. Sorry, hiccups. Eating 3DS as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense to have your man. Sorry, my dinner is stuck a little bit. But for me, it just makes sense for them to have their backlog of DS games available on the eShop, as well as
That was awesome.
Okay.
Sorry, baby was getting a little loud, so I had to mute real quick.
Hey, nothing wrong in playing the dad role. You got to do that, man.
Mm-hmm. Do what you
Yeah,
gotta
I
do,
think.
bro.
But
Go ahead.
let me go ahead and finish real quick so I can let her play with the mic. I think that's what she wants to do. Literally, they're putting out all of their games, their 3DS games on the eShop. You can download DSiWare off the eShop. Why not the DS games? They won't take up as much room. You can put way more of them on an SD card, and there are a lot of them out there. And I'm pretty sure people would like convenience.
Now, why don't they just release them on both and do cross-buy so we can play it on either system if we buy one?
That would be a
Oh, don't even get me started about the whole cross-buy thing. That would be ridiculously cool if they did that.
They have the potential. I guess they're trying to perfect the programming for it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
That was also
I like
something I talked
'Cause
about
they're
in the video too.
perfectionists.
and that's why I like that they are closing down the Wi-Fi networks, because that way they can focus more on
Yep.
their network for the Wii U and 3DS.
Clears
that-
up a
that's
lot of
why-
room.
Like, that's a good
Open
thing.
up their space and do more to
Mhm.
combine the two.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like this stuff is coming, but it's just it's taking a while.
Just be patient, peoples. Come on.
That
Can't
unified
take it no
accounts, that's coming in soon. Don't worry.
But I think
Maybe.
the 3DS playing DS or having DS Virtual Console is just I think it'll happen. I just think it's not a priority. I think it's a priority for Wii U because of the lack of titles coming out. And talk about if you never had a DS before and you got a Wii U, that is a real nice introduction to utilizing a gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why that's a priority for them on Wii U and not 3DS, because you can, first of all, you can buy DS games and play them on your 3DS. So it's not as imperative. I think this is a kind of stopgap situation to say, all right, we don't have enough games that utilize the gamepad that show it off, but we have this great DS library that can do just that. Right?
Yep,
A
the
lot
same
quicker.
concept.
Well, you know what? They could easily start off with something like 9. Let's say 9.
999.
99, yeah.
Yeah,
Triple
999. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
World ends with you.
The World Ends With You. That's a good game. I really like that.
Advance Wars.
Yep.
Advance Wars.
There you go.
They just got to change up that format, because I don't want to, that's kind of weird with the gamepad, just having it like that. I mean, I understand resolutions, but it's like...
There's no telling how they're going to implement it, though. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know. I saw that little mock-up. I think that's what you're talking about. But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think you're going to
I
have...
don't think so. That's just a
Actually,
fun
right.
mock-up.
This is what I hopefully it's not going to be, They sometimes, do things.
I think it'll be that way if it's off-screen, if you want to play off-screen completely.
But the general mode would be...
As long as it's an option, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think it's optional. I don't think it's going to be the way you saw that mock-up. Sorry, Mr. T.
No. You're saying the
Sorry
same
about all
thing.
that.
I just think that'll be an off-screen, off-TV kind of deal. If you just want to play completely off-screen, or if you want to play using your TV, obviously the top screen would be the television, and your bottom screen would be the gamepad. That just makes the most sense. So.
Okay. But like I said, though, given time, they're going to be able to improve these things in the release schedule and whatnot. And I know it's irritating because, like I said, Nintendo tends to be glacial when it comes to their pacing. But I mean, it is what it is. If you had any Nintendo, you should know this going in. If you had any Nintendo system, you should know this going in already, that they're going to take their time until they get things as good as they can possibly get. Rare instances, you would see an aftermarket patch for a Nintendo game, like in the case of Skyward Sword, the game-breaking glitch that if you did the different dungeons in the wrong order, you couldn't complete the game, then you had that patch that would correct your save file.
Mm-hmm.
You would see very rare instances of that, but otherwise, they tend to try to bring their games out as complete as possible.
Yeah, and even that was kind of a fluke. You had to, you had to be like you said, a certain order to get that glitch. So, I can understand why they even missed that one.
That's weird.
Did it?
Somebody's calling my cell phone.
Same here.
That is really weird. I got
Okay.
invited to a video call.
On my phone. What the heck?
My phone just did it. I think he's inviting us by accident.
Go away. Go away.
Don't accept it though.
So that's all y'all getting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all got it.
We all got it.
I didn't get anything, so.
I just saw my phone just light up, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Uh-oh.
You gotta give him props. He's really trying.
You're gonna have the Google app, I'm guessing. I
Yeah.
don't have it, so I'm good.
Yeah, I got the Google app on my phone. But all in all, the situation with the 3DS having a ton of content, being released versus the Wii U. I mean, I understand and I respect everybody's opinion for being pissed, and I'm sort of pissed myself. The Nintendo could have had a little bit more forethought into, knowing that, hey, when you're switching console generations, you're going to have to sit up here and put as many people as you can on all the latest software that you're coming out, especially when you spent a better part of a year not supporting the Wii before it.
True.
I gotta say it like it is, man. I gotta call it. In that sense, they should have sat there and considered that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
That is true. That is true.
I said it in my video before. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had a full year and a year? Yeah, a full year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that is very true. So.
Well, hopefully, like I said, though, they'll learn from their mistakes, and as the release schedule picks up, it'll be fine. So, all in all, what would you grade this Nintendo Direct if you were to grade it at all?
I'd give it a solid 8 personally.
Yeah.
I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was fine. I wasn't expecting the whole world, so I thought it was fine. It was a Direct, so I thought it was fine.
Yeah, honestly, you have to look at it like this. If you're coming at it as a Wii U only fan, then I'd rate it like a 5 or a 6. But if you're a Nintendo fan and just interested in the new content that's coming out, it's a solid 8, 8.5. The whole thing is they covered everything based on what was available. And you have to keep in mind, this is from the early quarter. There are going to be more Nintendo Directs with more information.
It's just that they
I think that's what people fail to realize.
They're expecting the mini.
yeah, they expected E3.
and that's the thing, because I know there was a couple of people that showed.
Some of them disappointed me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, there was a couple people that should go unnamed, but they were expecting certain stuff that Nintendo said they weren't going to talk about until E3. So why do you keep bringing it up? Stop bringing those games up. They're not going to come out. They're not going to talk about them until they're good and ready to talk about them.
Well, in their pitiful defense, by them showing X and Smash Brothers, it kind of sort of opened up the window for them. Because those games wasn't from the first quarter. I'm not saying they're right. I'm just letting you know that.
No. I mean, I understand that, but when the company themselves come out and say, "Look, we're not showing this until E3 2014," then that right there should tell you, get that out your mind that you're gonna see it before E3. The best you're probably gonna get, and this is being completely 100% honest. The best you're probably gonna get is that Nintendo Direct at the end of April, where they might show a teaser trailer.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
So people are using. There are some people who are using that because there are a couple of games that are supposedly rumored that's supposed to be shown. There's one that's gonna be shown at E3. I'm not gonna say the names of them, but they keep bringing it up, and I'm like, dude, if you would listen, clean out your ears and listen, you'd stop saying that because they already told you. Yeah, they're gonna make an announcement at E3, so you just need to chill out.
Yeah, my thing is, you can't make the Nintendo Directs what you want them to be.
Yeah.
Nintendo Directs are basically video newsletters.
Exactly.
They're just showing you what's coming. What they got. It's not a presentation E3 mini show. It is a video newsletter.
It's basically like a Nintendo Power, but in video.
Pretty much. That's why they pretty much got rid of
Nintendo
Power.
Exactly. Why people are hating and nobody else is doing it?
Nobody else is doing this.
Nobody else is giving you quarterly information about what they have coming.
Right. Before that, you just didn't know. You just sat around and maybe you got some info from this rumor, this site, rumor this and rumors that. They're telling you quarterly what's going on with them. So
and it's there's. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all I had to say. I just don't understand.
It's just like there's people also that I know they did not know half of the games that were just announced in that direct.
Nope.
You know.
Nope.
No, there's a lot of people that didn't.
The
Yeah,
problem is
it
they
was-
weren't the games that they wanted them to be. That's
Yeah,
that's the
that's
problem.
big thing.
Is that narrow-minded view? Look at the whole direct. Pay
It
attention.
was
Well,
a very
you know, for those people that are interested in knowing, on the Wii U side of things, we had Mario Kart 8 Koopaling's intro. You had X gameplay. You had Bayonetta 2, a little info on that. You had Little Mac being introduced to Smash Bros. You had Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. They were going into that. On the Wii U eShop of things, you had the NES Remix number 2 featuring Super Luigi Bros, which basically changes the direction in which you sit up here and play the game. Shovel Knight, 101 Spikes, and Child of Light. And also the announcement of the Game Boy Advance Virtual Console.
Which is all great content.
And that's
it's
for the-
1,000 spikes.
That's a 1001 Spikes. That's an indie game. But
Yeah.
get on that. On the 3DS side of things, you have Mario Golf, and they went into the Castle Club mode, play customization, and practice mode. You had Kirby Triple Blast. You had Yoshi's New Island, Professor Layton and the Azrin Legacy, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. On the eShop side of things, you had Steel Diver Sub Wars, Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, which introduced a new way of haggling for prices in games. Pokemon Battle Trozei. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Troze, yeah.
Troze. Let me see. Weapon de Omase Shop.
Already beat it.
Inazuma 11, Treasure Knots, Moon Chronicles, and Retro City Rampage. And these are all the things that were announced during that one direct.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, you know, and it's not Nintendo's problem that, you know, you are not interested in all of that stuff. You know, I'm sure there's something in there that you're interested in, but they can't make you interested in the entire direct.
You gotta
They're talking
commend
to all their
people.
fans.
You gotta commend people for being so focused on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to say it without offending people. But yeah, the focus is incredible. Let's leave it at that.
I think they're just sitting there, not Wii U, I don't care, not Wii U, not Wii U, I don't care, not Wii U. You know, so
Okay, yeah, more or less what you just
I think
said.
that's what they were doing.
And the thing is, all the stuff Quan talked about, I think he even missed a few things. Because, what was it, Steel Divers,
Yeah, there was
which is
also-
out. And then there's that baseball game that they're working on, Rusty's something. I can't remember the rest of it, but I know Rusty.
Yes, that looks interesting.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, like, and I think when Games and I were doing that reactions video, I was a little bit overhyped at the time, but it's a lot of interesting stuff. It was a lot of interesting stuff, whether or not it was on 3DS or Wii U. It was a lot of interesting games.
So all in all, like I said, it wasn't a bad direct. It was just what a lot of people just weren't expecting. And I mean, to be fair, like I said, the reason why they have such high expectations for Nintendo is because obviously Nintendo must have better quality than the other ones. Otherwise, why hold them to such a high standard?
Right.
Yeah, Nintendo either needs to be the best or they're garbage. There's no middle ground apparently.
No, there's no medium.
But yeah, people still think that.
Well, okay. On that note, I think we kind of like beat this subject to death. We got time for one more topic before we wrap things up, guys. Anyone?
I'm fat. Sorry.
Anyone? Bueller? Okay, I guess everybody's all tapped out.
Yeah, I think we are for now.
Okay, so on that note, I guess until we see you all next week, and then basically giving outros from our left to our right. But I'm gonna do it on behalf of him because he was popping it out with a lot of determination. God bless Nintendo.
Yeah, he
Gotta give him credit. He had tenacity trying to
He's
get in.
trying. He really is trying. I give him props.
He had technical difficulties. Hopefully that'll be straightened out by the next podcast. And up next would be Letters, a.k.a. Andre. Do your thing.
Well, thank you for listening in, people. This was a fun podcast. It was hopefully very informative for some people. I hope so. But thank you for listening and watching. And as I always say, keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games.
All right. Up next is Games Rosa. Games Rosa, do your thing, bro.
Alright guys, thank you guys for having me again, and also thank you for watching, and make sure to go check me out, because I actually have a video coming up about some ideas that I have for the Wii U that, could be done. So, yeah, that's basically it. I'll see you guys later next week. Peace.
All right. Up next, we got Jamie Butterworth. Do your thing, bro.
Hey guys, Jamie Butterworth. Thanks for listening. I can't catch my words right now. Go check out my channel, Butterworthy. And if you're into science like I am, catch Cosmos on TV tonight. It's awesome.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what, Jamie? I know why you got tongue-tied, because your butter is just too worthy.
It is. It is.
All right. Up next, we got Jay. Jay, do your thing, bro.
Thanks for listening to the podcast tonight. Look forward to seeing you next week. Do check out my channel, Game Cafe. Tuesday we do have a evening with the PS Vita and the Nintendo 3DS. So look forward to having that discussion with a few of my guests, and we will see you next week.
Alrighty, and up next we got Mr. T. Mr. T, do your thing.
Hey, fools, Mr. T. Another wonderful podcast. I had a lot of fun. So hope you also had a lot of fun. I got a few videos coming out soon. They're very game focused, reviews and stuff like that. So look forward to that. And I'll see you fools next time.
All right, and up next we got Rashidi, the Good Shepherd. Do your thing, bro.
What's going on, gentlemen? My video's gonna be coming out soon. I gotta hold back because it's busy at work, but it's gonna be about gaming, pros and cons of gaming, amongst other things. Hope y'all enjoy the podcast. Take care, peoples.
Alrighty, and of course there's me, the QMC, Quan Manchu, bidding you all adieu, and as I always say, everybody, whatever's clever. We're out.